eligibility points for immigration to Canada, how to assess your chances properly. Before we move further, let me just quickly remind you, if you click on the link cictv.ca/go, fill up your profile, one of our specialists would be more than glad to assess your case and help you out with immigration to Canada. Speaking about different immigration scales, grades, if you will, it's very easy to get lost in them, right? So what do they actually mean and how to understand them? Let's start with the very basic ones. Eligibility. Eligibility for, say, federal skilled worker program, right? You gotta score 67 points out of 100 in order to be eligible to apply for immigration through federal skilled worker program. This is the major program which is used by foreign applicants who are looking to immigrate to Canada. What does this mean if you score 67 or more? Well, it means that you are eligible to express your interest in immigration to Canada. It's not equal to immigration. It means that you could express your interest. Since there are lots and lots of applicants who are eligible for this, who are scoring more or equal to 67 points, your case is transferred automatically to electronic system, which is called express entry. That is where you are compared against other applicants with a different scales point, right, with a different grade, and that's where federal authorities are deciding whether or not to give you a chance to actually immigrate to Canada, right? These points are given to you for human capital, for your age, for your education, for your work experience, for your spouse, for your language abilities, of course, for your connections with Canada as well, right? That is express entry. That is the one which determines whether or not you're able to immigrate to Canada. On top of that, there are points which you could score for other federal programs. We're not going to provinces yet, we're going to federal programs, right? Look at the score system for self-employed program, for example, where you have to score 35 points out of 100, right? It's a completely different program which is assessed completely differently, but this would allow you to apply for immigration compared to federal skilled worker where you're expressing your interest. Self-employed would allow you to apply for immigration right away, provided that, of course, you score those 35 points, provided that you're eligible. Now, there are points for provincial nominee programs. Provincial nominee programs, most of those are working in direct conjunction with express entry system, but they have their own grid which allow provinces to actually assess your scores and assess your chances for immigration to the province. Let's look at Saskatchewan, which has 60 points, right, which is the minimum eligibility criteria to express your interest in Saskatchewan. Again, that is not immigration, that is just your expression of interest, which allows you to tell the province, hey, I'm looking to immigrate, I'm looking to stay in Saskatchewan further on, right? Please let me have those additional points, which would allow me to get 600 extra points for express entry system. Sounds a bit confusing? Let me add a cherry on the top. There are provincial programs which are not working with express entry. For example, Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, which works both with and without express entry system, which actually assesses your points in one grid and gives you additional score in another grid, which allows you to express your interest for immigration to Manitoba, provided that you have connections or were invited by officers of Manitoba. So bottom line here, you have to look carefully what exactly you're applying for and what this actual grid means, right? So 60 points in Saskatchewan, does it mean that you immigrate to Saskatchewan, right? That's the expression of interest, right? You have connections with Manitoba, for example, a friend or a relative, right? You have enough points to apply for Manitoba, express your interest, and Manitoba is inviting you. You have to always seek for the best resolution for you. Either you would be going with express entry and use Manitoba nomination as 600 points for express entry system, or you would be immigrating with Manitoba and then later on submitting your application on paper to federal authorities. If you get lost, if you don't know how to approach all this mess with those immigration skills, grades, point system, feel free to drop us a line, fill up your profile, and we'll be more than glad to look at your case and help you out to determine the best possibility for immigration to Canada. Stay tuned, subscribe for the channel.